Shalom, Nawathan, Kal Halal, Wahawar La, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Rachaha Kwadash. Double honor to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the Great Millstone GMS who continue to rule and teach Yasha Allah well through the Spirit, laboring in the word and doctrine. And they are our true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. Salutations to the elect as well. Enough respect to you brothers pushing this gospel, this good news the world over in sincerity and in truth. Abaratazah, which means Father willing. So Father willing, this lesson is edifying. Peace, mercy, and blessings upon the house of David, the Bayath Shada Wada. Okay. So today we will go into the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 3. Okay, and in the previous chapter, King Solomon basically requesting of Hiram, the king of Tyre, for resources that he could then use to build the temple of the Lord, for which King David had already made some preparations ahead of time for him. Okay, so the subheading says the temple construction in Jerusalem. So here we start to see the actual construction of the temple in 2 Chronicles chapter 3 verse 1, which reads, Then Solomon began to build the house of the Lord Yahweh at Jerusalem in Mount Moriah, where the Lord Yahweh appeared unto David his father, in the place that David had prepared in the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. Okay. Let's get a precept in the book of 1 Kings chapter 2 verse 3. But actually, we'll go there afterwards. Let's go to verse 2 actually right now. 2 Chronicles 3 and 2. And it says, And he began to build in the 2nd day of the 2nd month in the 4th year of his reign. Okay. Verse 3. So when it says the dimensions and materials of the temple, right? Verse 3 says, Now these are the things wherein Solomon was instructed for the building of the house of God. The length by cubits after the first measure was 60 cubits, and the breadth 20 cubits. Okay. So we go from there to the book of 1 Kings, chapter 6, starting at verse 2, and it reads, And the house which King Solomon built for the Lord Yahweh, the length thereof was 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 20 cubits, and the height thereof 30 cubits. And the porch before the temple of the house, 20 cubits was the length thereof, according to the breadth of the house, and 10 cubits was the breadth thereof because of the house. The breadth thereof before the house. Okay. A score is 20, and obviously 3 times 20 is 60. Okay. Alright, so we go back to 2 Chronicles chapter 3. Alright. We go to verse 4, and it reads, And the porch that was in front of the house, the length of it was according to the breadth of the house, 20 cubits, and the height was 120, and he overlaid it within with pure gold. Right, you'll see that, everything that was constructed, right, for the most part was overlaid with gold. Verse 5, And the greater house he sealed with fir tree, which he overlaid with fine gold, and set thereon palm trees and chains. And he garnished the house with precious stones for beauty, and the gold was gold of Parvaim. Alright, a place known for its gold. Alright. Okay, when you're going, going to Parvaim. Alright. Okay, verse 7. He overlaid also the house, the beams, the posts, and the walls thereof, and the doors thereof with gold, engraved cherubims on the walls. Right? In this case, the cherubims are the designs of the angels with the wings. Okay. Verse 8. And he made the most holy house, the length whereof was according to the breadth of the house, 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 20 cubits. And he overlaid it with fine gold, amounting to 600 talents. Okay. Let's go to the book of 1 Kings, precept, chapter 6. This will, you'll find more. Alright. Chapter 6 and verse 20. And it reads, And the oracle in the forepart was 20 cubits in length, and 20 cubits in breadth, and 20 cubits in the height thereof. And he overlaid it with pure gold, and so covered the altar, which was of cedar. Alright. Go back to 2 Chronicles chapter 3. Alright, so that's how it was done. 2 Chronicles chapter 3. Verse 9, and it reads, and the weight of the nails was 50 shekels of gold, and he overlaid the upper chambers with gold. And in the most holy house he made 2 cherubims of image work and overlaid them with gold. Right? They did not actually build these things with gold. Right? They built them, constructed them, sculptured them, and then covered it in gold. That's what they actually did. Okay? Verse 11, and the wings of the cherubims are 20 cubits long. One wing of the one cherub was 5 cubits, reaching to the wall of the house. And the other wing was likewise 5 cubits, reaching to the wing of the other cherub. 12, and one wing of the other cherub was 5 cubits, reaching to the wall of the house. And the other wing was 5 cubits also, joining to the wing of the other cherub. The wings of the cherubims spreading themselves forth 20 cubits, and they stood on their feet, and their faces were inward. You know, so you can imagine they're like facing each other, facing one another. Okay. 14, and he made the veil of blue and purple and crimson and fine linen, and wrought cherubims thereon. Okay. Being that the design that was on the veil was of cherubims. Okay. Just bear with me a moment. Alright. Let's go to verse 15. Also he made before the house 2 pillars of 30 and 5 cubits high, and the chapiter that was on top of each of them was 5 cubits. Alright. You know, we'll get some images of chapiter. Alright. Just bear with me. Oh, now it's connected. Chapter, come on. Just Satan messing around. All right. Chapter from AI Overview is another name for the capital, which is the topmost and often ornamental part of a column in architecture. It can also be an archaic or obsolete term for a chapter or a written summary of points to be presented in legal proceedings. So the function, it sits at the top of a column and supports the entablature, the horizontal structure above it. The etymology, the word comes from the Latin caput, meaning head. Usage, it is a synonym for capital, can also be seen in historical texts and architectural descriptions. Alright, let's get some images of it. Alright, so you see right there. Okay. Alright, at the top of the pillar, or at the top of the pillar, that corner area, you see that? Alright. So there you have it. So 2 Chronicles chapter 3 verse 16 reads, and he made chains as in the oracle, and put them on the heads of the pillars, and made 100 pomegranates and put them on the chains. Now these are not real pomegranates, these are designs, all right, not the actual food. Okay, let's go to 1 Kings chapter 7. We'll go to verse 20, and it says, and the chapiters upon the 2 pillars had pomegranates also above, over against the belly which was by the network, and the pomegranates were 200 in rows round about upon the other chapiter. Okay, so there you have it. All right, jumping back to 2 Chronicles chapter 3, the last verse 17, and it reads, and he reared up the pillars before the temple, one on the right hand and the other on the left, and called the name of that on the right hand Jachin, and the name of that on the left Boaz. All right, so you know that's the end of that, of 2 Chronicles chapter 3. Okay, Forget a precept in 1 Kings again. Chapter 7, start verse 19. And it says, and the chapiters that were upon the top of the pillars were of lily work in the porch, 4 cubits. Jump to verse 21. And he set up the pillars in the porch of the temple, and he set up the right pillar, and called the name thereon Jachin, and he set up the left pillar, and called the name thereof Boaz. And upon the top of the pillars was lily work, so was the work of the pillars finished. Alright, reading on. And he made a molten sea, 10 cubits from the one brim to the other. It was round all about, and his height was 5 cubits, and the line of 30 cubits did compass it round about. And under the brim of it round about there were knops compassing it, 10 in a cubit. Alright, 10 in a cubit, compassing the sea round about. The knops were cast into 2 rows when it was cast. Alright, and you can read on. Alright, but that's it for 2 Chronicles chapter 3. Alright, so Lord willing, this breakdown was edifying, alright, to the elect of the nation of Israel. In closing, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Recha Kodash. Again, double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the great millstone who rule well and who teach well. Alright, again, salutations to the elect. Muwath Lababal, and Shalom to the next show.